Hello, my peeps. Back at you with another one. This is Junaid Guide. Right. In this video, I'm going to switch the attention to talk about some other aspects. But everything that I discuss in all my videos will have an interconnection with each other. And they can flow from first video right through to whatever video I've done. Or they can interconnect in which way you want to take it and use this information. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about goals, okay? And I'd like to discuss and put forward things that can be common and yet not common to a lot of people, but it has a relevance in everyday life. And if you feel that you're short in something or you're not achieving, you can take whatever aspects of what I put in my video and utilize it in your everyday life. I'd like to get to a point where I move on to go into a more higher level discussion of things. And that's when I will have a different type of maybe fans only or a different part of my media output, which will be so specific for those type of people who want to know those type of things. But what I'm sharing right now is very detailed to the individual that it fits. And they say, if the hat fits, wear it or use it. So, coming back at you with another one, and we're going to discuss goals and how goals are formed. In this video, this is going to be part 1 of 2, because in this I'm going to explain the theoretical aspects of how goals come about, and before they're called goals, what leads to them being goals. And in my next video, part 2, I'm going to talk about all the aspects that relate to the technology of utilizing this information in regard to the theoretical aspects, which I am now covering. Wow, that was a tongue twister. Okay? Have you ever set goals and find that they disappear? Whoops! Right, back at you. Yeah, goals do disappear and not achieve. I want to throw something at you, and this is called administrative scale. Administrative scale sets the parameter of all the list of the items which that needs to follow in order to help you achieve your goals. So, administrative scale. The administrative scale of one's goal, no matter how large or small, the endeavor relies on goals, purpose, and activity being aligned and organized. Get that? Okay? A goal is not something that one decides upon, which then miraculously comes to fruition just because one decides it would. The alignment or the attainment of a goal necessitates that certain actions be carried out. In the real world as we are, which affects some change for the better and a step closer towards its accomplishment, one can be working towards a goal. But discover that his actions do not yield any forward progress. This occurs not only for the individual, his life, but also for an organization or organization, state, or even country of any size. This applies. This can be a result of plans, actions, and other factors not being aligned to attain the goal. There are actually a number of subjects that makes up an activity. Yeah, each of each of these or each of these must operate in a coordinated manner to achieve success. So I have to think there. So there are actually a number of subjects, yeah, on this administrative scale that makes up an activity. Each of these must operate in coordinated manner to achieve success in the intended accomplishment of the individual goal. Yeah, vision, individual goal. A scale has been developed to produce the technology which is then used to give a sequence and a relative seniority of the subject that we're talking about in regard to goals, which we're going to go about and go into later, relative to an organization. The scale is worked up and worked down, okay? And we're talking about the administrative scale until it's within each item, until it is with each item in full agreement with the remaining item. So the scale is worked up and worked down until it's with each item in full agreement with the remaining items in the list. In short, for success, all these items in the scale must agree with all other items in the scale on the same subject. And for a moment, let's just take an example. Let's just take golf balls, for instance, as a subject. For the scale, then all these scale items must be in agreement with one another on the subject of golf balls. It is an interesting exercise, to say the least, if we took golf ball as being the subject and all the item in the scale has to be in agreement and alignment. Okay? The scale also applies in a destructive subject like cockroaches. When an item in the scale is not aligned with each other or with other items in the scale, the project will be hindered, if not fail. So take a scale also, and take a scale and where we're going to say cockroaches. So a scale also applies in a destructive subject like cockroaches. When an item in the scale is not aligned with other items, the project will be hindered by this, if not will fail. The skill with which all these items in any activity are aligned and given into action is called management. So management, with its name, management, has a purpose, and the heading management governs some action of what happens in the scale. And being able to get everything in that scale to aligned requires the skill, which all of these items in the activity are aligned and gotten into action. Yeah, this is called management. So in this video, I'm covering goals, But goals and the heading above goals, before goals, is a technology that's been designed by a very clever bunch of people, and it's called the administrative scale. Not many people have heard of this, but the administrative scale consists of goals, purposes, policies, plans, program, projects, orders, ideal scene. Wow, that's a big one. Ideal scene. What is your ideal scene? If you start at the beginning with the end in mind, meaning the end at the beginning, then you can set your ideal scene. And being able to envision your ideal scene gonna be able for you to bring your goals to fruition. After ideal scene, you have statistics. And then after statistics, you have valuable final product. From the ideal scene, you have your stats that makes up what needs to be brought in alignment with all these activities. And you can use your stats to determine how you bring things back in aligned. And you can use your stats to view a snapshot when things are going out of alignment. So you don't have to wait to hear a crash to know that the thing is fallen. You can actually see it. And you can set your scale differently over periods of interval to give you up-to-date stats or progressive longitudinal time in between activities stats. Okay, to get a precise, you bring your stats activity closer, and so it's easy to spot any incremental change rather than absolute change. Okay, and at the end of that, you have valuable final product. That's the end result of it all. That's when everything is in alignment, everything is met, and then you have the produce of that item. That means from your goal, you achieved it. It's come to fruition in its physicality. So I hope this has been an enlightenment. It's been an enlightenment to me as well, because this content, I mean, it's hard to dig it up. And to put it in and formulate it in a way that I can put it across to you guys, peeps, it's a test in its own right. So in my next video, I'm going to cover more aspects about those administrative scale listing and what they are linked to. And then in my video after that, we'll show how we put them into action. So this is Junaid Guide. Oh yeah, before I forget, like, subscribe, and share. Share, like, and subscribe. Okay, to the channel, because this is a channel I want to get this knowledge out there for people to utilize. And I love your comments. If you feel there's something you want to know about, or you would like to know more about something, anything, hit me up. And I'll do my best to find content on that and deliver that data, which will be factual, proven. Okay? So this is Junaid Guide. I'm out. I like kickboxing, martial arts. That's why I'm always doing this. All right? Out. See you in my next video.